Hello and welcome to episode 197 of the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.21.4. We're making a bedrock breaker. It's just an experiment. We're just playing around. We'll probably come back to this at some point. This came from a conversation I was having with Aggie, and she said, I'd like to let my people on my server be able to break bedrock. This was my first idea. So we can use it as a normal pick, but we've got a right-click action as well. If I fire over there, you can see I get a little cooldown. That's just to stop me spamming it. And if we can blow up a bit of bedrock with it, and the cooldown is longer. Now, you could set that cooldown quite high, so maybe they can only break a piece of bedrock once every hour or something. I like it. It's effective. It works. What I don't like is we've got a ticking thing. I mean, it's only checking a score. It's literally just saying if the player's cooldown is higher than 1, then remove it. But it's still a tick. And I think I'd like to come up with a version that sort of maybe has charges, and you can charge it up, and you go, okay, you've got 10 charges, you can break 10 pieces of bedrock or something. But we're going to start off with this simple version. So what we'll do is we'll get on and build it now. And we don't need a cut, because I've already emptied the data pack. In fact, if I do a reload, the data pack should be empty. Yeah, it doesn't do anything now. Okay, so let's get rid of all this junk. Get rid of those. Well, let's pop over to the data pack. Okay, folders and files. We've got the advancement, so we know when we right-click. We've got inside function, a folder called admin. That's just got the give function. We'll just do give to make it quicker today instead of recipe. It's already 10 o'clock at night for me. Ooh, a little bit late. Inside breaker, we've got break, raycast, use breaker. And then we're going to be using the tick, the load, and I've got a new function here I've called settings, and I'll show you what that is later. I kind of like it. It's a bit tidy. And then we've got a list of blocks that we can destroy. I'll tell you what, let's just start with a list of blocks we can destroy, because that's just a block tag list. So we'll have some values in there. So if you right-click, it will send the raycast out, and it will look for one of these blocks, and if it finds one, it will destroy it. And in our version, we'll then set the cooldown. Now, I'm only doing bedrock, but there's like the reinforced stuff, isn't there, in the, what's it called? The deep dark place, the ancient city. Maybe you want to add that? Up to you. Maybe you just want to add any block you like, just so you can blow them all away. Okay, let's save that. Let's get rid of that then. Let's go on to load. I need a cooldown, so let's do scoreboard, objectives, add. We'll just call it cooldown. It will be a dummy. And then we'll store something to store values. I'm going to store the raycast distance. Actually, I'm only going to store the raycast distance, so I think I'll call it something that makes sense. So let's say scoreboards, objectives, add. Let's just call it ray distance. That makes sense. Ray distance. That will be a dummy. And then settings. I'm going to call this settings function here, because I like the idea. Oh, I better type function first so it knows it's calling it. What we're going to do is set some default settings. But obviously we have to make the scores first. And if we had loads of scores, the settings would be at the end. And I kind of like the idea of them being at the top of the file. So what we're going to do is call this settings function. And then if we ever need to change any settings, this will be the only file we have to come and look at. We don't have to go anywhere else. And if we did that for every data pack we make, super easy. Oh, I want to change something. Just go to the settings file. So let's set up our default settings. So I'm going to have a scoreboard, players, set, and let's have a fake player, and I called it default. Now we've got 2 cooldowns. We've got one when you just use it and it doesn't destroy a brick, so we'll call that after use will do. Cooldown, and we'll keep that quite short, because this is literally just to stop it being spammed. Let's say 20, and let's copy that. And then we'll have a cooldown after you actually break a block as well. So we'll have scoreboard player set default after break, and we'll set this higher. For testing purposes, I'll set it quite low. Let's set it to 5 seconds. 20 ticks in a second. 100 ticks is 5 seconds. You might want to set that quite high just so they don't go mental with and start flapping around, breaking bedrock everywhere. Now I want my default raycast distance, scoreboard, players, and we will put that onto the default player. Oh, didn't put the word set. And we want the array distance, and I think 64. That'll do. That's not going to be 64 blocks because we're moving forward. I think we're going to move forward in maybe 0.1 increments, maybe. So it's going to be more like, I suppose, 6.5 blocks. Okay, so let's save that. That's our settings done. As I say, the thing I like about this now, we come back and we open up the data pack. If I want to change anything, just this one function contains all my sort of variables. I don't have to look in here and go, oh, where is it? There's so much stuff. Just come to the settings. I like that. Like it's nice and tidy. I might have to use that in my data packs from now on. Okay. What's going to be next? I think the give function. Going to need one. So let's give ourselves netherite pickaxe. You could pick anything you like. I think the idea of a pickaxe makes sense because you can dig away the other blocks and then right click, boom, blow something up. We're going to need some custom data. That's very important. Custom data equals open and close. Let's call it breaker. Breaker true. And to check if I'm using it, we'll have to make it edible. An edible pickaxe. So let's do Minecraft food equals and Minecraft consumable equals. Now this is a strange thing. Nothing to do with the tutorial. Normally my 1.2 1.5 does not autofill for me. Today it is. Oh joy. Unless I find out later that I'm in the wrong version and nothing works. Okay, so food. I don't want it to give me any saturation. Well, we're not going to actually be able to eat it because we're going to set its eat time so high. Well, that you could eat it if you were happy to play the game for a year and just stand there munching on your pickaxe. But, you know, you've probably got things to do. Can always eat. True. That's very important, that one. And consumable would be the consume seconds. How long does it take us to eat it? Obviously, if we set this for 1, we're going to eat our pickaxe by mistake. I'm going to set it to 1 million. It's going to take me 1 million ticks to eat it. Okay, that should do. We have something we can test now. Let's do a reload. And let's run the function give. Okay, we've got it. Data get from an entity or oneself selected item. Okay, that looks like everything we put on there. Yep, cool. Well, let's go back. Okay, let's make... I think the advancement would make sense. Let's check when we right-click it. Now, I bet Misode is going to be naughty with me, and I've been finding it, not with recipes, but with advancements, it doesn't let me do an object on custom data. But that's okay, because we can work around it. So let's call this use breaker. That'll do. That's the name of the file as well. Doesn't matter, doesn't have to be. It's just I like to keep them the same. This trigger is going to be I'm using an item. Let's check the item. And we'll check the predicate. And the predicate, we're going to check custom data. And this is where it doesn't let me say object. Yeah. Okay. So normally I would put object, and then I could type in the name breaker, and I say that's a Boolean, and I'll say true. But don't worry, because we can edit the file ourselves. In fact, it's useful to know how to do it without Misode, just in case. Let's put a placeholder for the function it will run. And let's copy that. And let's take it over here and paste it in. Okay, so my Minecraft custom data is empty. We have to fill that in. And what function are we going to call? Well, I called the function the same name. I've called it useBreaker as well. So let's put that in there first. Now, what I'm going to do is go down another line. And let's look at our give command. And we can see the custom data is breaker true. So we're going to copy that. And we'll put it in here. And you'll see it's not happy. That's all right. All we need to do is put speech marks around our name there. There we go. Breaker true. Cool. We have fixed it by ourselves. Right, so that, if I try to use the item, which means I'm going to try and eat it, we will check. Does it have breaker true? It should do. If it does, we will run the function use breaker. Let's just fill that in a little bit at least. Let's do advancement revoke myself only. Start typing my namespace. There we go. Let's revoke that and let's just say om nom tasty pickaxe. Okay. Reload. Now, if I right click, om nom, oh, we can spam it very quickly. You can see now why we have that 20 tick cooldown, just so it's not going. Bleh. That's the technical term, by the way. Bleh. Okay, that's good. Let's go back. So we've revoked the advancement already. Let's exit if we are on a cooldown. Execute if score at S cooldown matches 1 or higher, then run return fail. We are going to run return, which means we are going to leave this function with a fail. Nothing is checking if it's fail or success, so it doesn't matter. If we're not on a cooldown, then we should set the cooldown. So we will do a scoreboard, players, operation, me, or the person running it, cooldown, equals, now what did we call them? Default after use cooldown. So if I right click it, it will come in and it will go, okay, default after use, we'll set that to 20. Okay, that's good. Now we'll set the raycast max distance. How far is it going to raycast? And it's going to grab that number again from the settings file we made, which is very nice. Scoreboard, it's a good way to spell players there, Infernal. Scoreboard, players, operation, and this doesn't need to be stored on the player. Let's call it current ray distance equals default ray distance. Now let's play a sound of some sort. Play sound evoker. Do you do stuff? Cast spell. Yeah, that'll do. Player. That's all. Bob, bob, bob. Lower the volume a bit, it's probably quite loud. Change the pitch up just so it sounds a bit different. Stick it onto 0. Let's use the namespace here. Always good too. Minecraft Entity Evoker. Okay, and now let's start the raycast. So we want to execute anchored to eyes. So if I start the raycast, it's going to come out my feet, because that's where things for the player are executed from. They're executed in the middle of their hitbox, right down by their feet. Well, that doesn't make sense, because I want the raycast to come from where I'm looking, so I'm going to anchor it to my eyes. So now we are running the command at my head. And then we're going to do positioned, and we're going to use the carrots. I'm going to say 1. So now, whichever direction I am looking in from my eyes, we will go forward 1 block. That is now where we're running the command. And we will run the function raycast. Copy that and put that in there. Okay, have we got anything we can test? Yes, nothing's going to happen with the raycast, but we should get a sound, and we should get a cooldown. So let's try them. Let's do a reload. Okay, yeah, it worked once. Why is it not working again? Cooldown. You can see my cooldown is stuck to 20 and nothing is reducing it, so I can't use that again. Okay, so let's go back. Should we put a particle in there? Oh, if we do a particle, we'll put it in the raycast. Let's go on to tick so I can use it again. Let's decrement the cooldown. So let's do scoreboard, players, So remove from all players, any player, yep, whose scores equals cooldown equals 1 or higher. Remove from their cooldown 1. Cool. Well, I'm very happy with you, VS Code, doing the auto-filling. Okay. Now let's go back and do a reload, and my cooldown should go down. Hey, there we go. I can use it again now. Keep my finger down. Nice. Cool. Cool cooldown. Okay, let's get on and do this raycast. Let's send a beam out from our eyes. We are Cyclops. Maybe we are Superman. Maybe we are any other superhero who can fire things out their eyes. Decrement the distance check. Okay, remember we just set that. Let's clear up some of these things. So use breaker, set the raycast max distance. We called it current ray distance. Okay. So we will do scoreboard players remove from current ray distance 1. And let's go straight to the loop. Execute if score current ray distance matches 1 or higher, positioned 0.1 in front, positioned, there we go, 0.1 in front, run function. Can I do this? Hey, look at that. Lovely autofill. So at the moment, we are going to start the raycast 1 block in front of the player's face, or in front of the player's eyes, because we've anchored to the eyes in the direction they're looking. Then we are going to go to raycast. We're going to take 1 off the ray distance score, and we're not going to do anything else. And then we're just going to move forward 1/10 of a block, 0.1, if the score is higher than 1. So this, you can see, is just going to loop round until, what did we call it in settings? 64. Okay, so it's just going to loop 64 times and then stop. Let's stick a particle on, because we can do that really easy. Let's just stick, crit will do. There we go, we'll just do that. So now, let's save that. We can do a little test probably. We should be firing a beam. And we can see our range. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Now, we've got 2 checks. 1, exit if it's not air. So let's do that. Execute unless block bomb. That's not how you spell unless. And let's do the block tag list from Minecraft air, because that tag list, we've put the little hash on the front there to say it's a tag list, that contains air, cave air, and void air. If we just say Minecraft air, this won't work in caves or the void. So, if it is air, run return fail. Let's save that. Right, before we do a reload, can we shoot through here? It's a bit, yeah, look, we can see it's going through the block. Okay, let's do a reload. Now, okay, great. Now it's not going through the block. I'm leaning to the left there to try and look around the corner. It doesn't work that way, Infernal. That's not how it works. Okay. Before we check for air, let's see if there's one of our destroyable blocks, which there was there, because there was the bedrock, which is in our list, our tag block list of can destroy. So let's do execute if block at those coordinates is on our block list. Run return. We're still going to leave the function. We're not going to do anything else. We're still going to leave the function. But before we leave the function, we will call break. Let's save that. Let's go into break. Set the cooldown. Okay, so now we're going to set it to a higher cooldown because we've actually broken a block. In fact, where's our use breaker? Set the cooldown. Let's copy that. copy. And let's put that into our break. But it's not default after use, it's default after break. Now let's remove the block. That should be quite a nice easy one, I suppose. Set block, those coordinates, Minecraft air. Let's play some sort of sound. Explosion. Whoa, God, what's the explosion called? Is it an entity? It is, isn't it? It's Minecraft entity dot generic. Yes, generic explode. There we go. Always forget that one. We'll say it's a block sound. We'll play it in the block channel for all players. At those coordinates. Normal volume, normal pitch, minimum volume of 0. Let's have some particles. Particle Minecraft white. That's not how you spell Minecraft. Minecraft white smoke. At those coordinates, let's have it largish, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 on the X, Y, and Z. Let's have a little bit of speed, but just a tiny, tiny bit, because speed is crazy. 0.5, let's have 100. Save that. Go back. Reload. Fire one off. Bang. Okay. Now we have to wait for the cooldown. Bang. Okay, I like it. Okay. Watch speed. Okay, it's not. Let's put that just to 1. Just 1. Speed is crazy. Play with it when you do some particles. It makes some very strange effects sometimes. Whoa, it's a big difference. It's too much. I don't like it. Let's just do 0.05. There we go. Okay, so we're done. We're finished. It's working. Oh no, let's set that back. I'll cool down. Okay. Nice. We have a Bedrock breaker. Now, as I say, I don't like the things I don't like about it is 1, the cooldown ticks. So we are using the tick function. Yes, the only thing we are doing though, we are checking a score, and that's very efficient. It's very efficient to check a score. I've got a bit of a dry throat. Just going to have a quick drink. So it's not too bad. It's not going to cause any lag or anything like that. But I'd rather just not have one if we can get away with it. And the other thing I don't like about cooldown is I like to build things all at once, generally. So if I'm thinking I want to build a house, I don't want to have, I've got 20 stone, I'll put them down. Right, now I'll go and get more stone and come back and put that down. Now I'll go and get the wood and come back. I like to have everything ready. So if I'm going to go and make a hole in the bedrock, I don't want to have to run all the way down there, shoot one, and then wait for some cooldown and then go all the way back down again and shoot another one. I would like to save up my charges, and let's say, I've got 20 charges saved up, and then just go down and bang, 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 and blow 20 bits of bedrock away in one go. So I want to change this to removing that tick and doing some way to get charges. Now, if we could check custom data in recipes, adding charges would be simple. We could just chuck the pickaxe into a crafting table with a sort of a special diamond or a special emerald and charge it up, or a nether star. But we cannot check custom data. So I'm not sure what the best way to charge it up would be without introducing another ticking function. So I'm going to think about that and decide what is the best way we can charge this thing up without using another ticking function. I think possibly it would be, let's shove this into our offhand. Let's get another item, and we right click that item, and that item then says, okay, you want to use me. I will check your offhand. Do you have a bedrock breaker? Yes, you do. Therefore, I will add a charge to your bedrock breaker, or 5 charges, or 10 charges. So I think if we introduce another item which adds charges, that would remove the cooldown. I cannot wait until Mojang introduce custom data in crafting recipes. Not just in the output, but in the input, in the ingredients. I know the phrase game changer is used far too much, but I reckon that would be a bit of a game changer for people making data packs, because you could then build complex sort of crafting trees. If you want something to be really hard to craft, that's cool. You could say, right, you've got to get 9 nether stars, and 9 nether stars make 1 mega nether star, and then 9 mega nether stars make a super duper mega star, etc., etc. I'm looking forward to that. Do you know, if that version comes out, I'm tempted to jump straight ahead to start using that version. Anyway, there's a little bit of a waffle at the end. I better go. It's 20 past 10 at night, and obviously I've only just recorded this, so it's not even rendered yet. Who knows when it's going to go up? Enjoy your day. I will see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.